This is Grow Omaha Uncut, where you can watch our radio show, including what goes on in the commercial breaks. And be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons.
Well, good morning and welcome to Grow Omaha, the only show that talks about the growth, development, construction, restaurants, and all things that make our city a great place to live. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Cheer Athletics, the nation's #1 all-star cheer gym, along with Dingman's Collision Center, who has 4 metro locations taking care of auto body needs and even some mechanical repairs. Trenton and Jeff have the weekend off, so filling in today, I'm Brad Williams. I'm a member of the planning team at E&A Consulting Group, and I'm also the owner of Brad Williams Photography. Sitting next to me, my co-host today is a guy that you've heard on these airwaves before, but it's been nearly 12 years since he's been here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, Lou Chicanos.
Well, thank you, Brad. It's fantastic to be back. I've known Jeff and Trenton for over 20 years, and the same with you. I'm welcoming the return. It's great to be back in studio with everybody.
So even though Lou hasn't joined us for a long time, he meets with Jeff almost monthly, and Lou and I get together and talk about all the things going on in this city almost about every other week, twice a month probably. So while he hasn't been here, he's been close to us this whole time. And one more thing, Lou, happy birthday. You celebrated a birthday yesterday.
Well, thank you, my friend. I don't know if I'm the year wiser, but I know I'm the year older.
All right. We have a new Grow Omaha Eats restaurant review this week. Chris Corey and his wife Jen, they do a restaurant review every other week. That review is sponsored by All Makes Office Equipment, located at 25th and Farnham Street. This week, Chris and Jen review Cumbia on 16th Street, located just north of the Orpheum Theater, right next door to Mercury. Chris's review does a great job telling the story about the couple. They're from Columbia originally and how they got to Omaha. It provides a great detail of how the restaurant feels, the nice, warm, inviting atmosphere the restaurant has. And then Chris provides a delicious description of the food and drinks. And then accompanying Chris's review are Jen's awesome photos. And luckily, I waited till after lunch to read this review because I would have been starving by the time I was done. To read Chris's review or of this review or all his reviews, you can go to growomaha.com, click on reviews. There you'll see a button that says Eats. So click on Eats and you'll find all Chris's reviews there. Let's get into this week's News of the Week, sponsored by Eagle Mortgage. Eagle Mortgage has been in business for more than 30 years. They're licensed in Nebraska and Iowa. They provide free consultations. They'll get you pre-approved. They do conventional VA, FHA. They are located at the corner of 114th and Dodge Street, or you can visit them online at eaglemortgagecompany.com. So the first item here on the news of the list is something that Lou and I talk about all the time. We both take pictures of it all the time. But the Mutual of Omaha Tower, earlier this week, they poured the concrete for the 40th floor, and then they raised the forms up for the 41st floor. Mutual Tower is now over 600 feet, on its way to 677 feet. And Lou, on the way here today, it's kind of smoky out there, but I'm pretty sure I saw the concrete pump sitting on top of the tower again today.
Which is awesome. I mean, it's so incredible to watch that building rise. And those of us who are members of the Height Obsessed Club, of which I'm a charter member, can't be more excited to see it top out later this year. I mean, as Brad said, we know it's well over 600 feet now. And really, from different angles, it's amazing how massive the base of that building is going to be.
And so for those of you that haven't been following as closely as we have, usually when the concrete pump, it's a big arm that shows up on the top of the tower. Usually when that shows up, the next business day, they pour concrete, and then the following day, they raise the form. So, by Tuesday, we could be looking at a 42 floor tower, like I said, on the way to 44. So we're getting really close. At this pace, they could be full height by the end of the month.
Easily. Let's get our cameras ready and take some more pics.
Sounds good. Up next, Eppley Airfield celebrated a historic milestone in June. The airport recorded 524,331 passengers. That's a new all-time record. They beat the existing record, which was set last June 2024 with 514,000. Year-to-date, passenger traffic is still down 3%, but it's great seeing another record-breaking month at Eppley.
No question. And I know that airport traffic has been kind of a challenge for Midwest airports this year. But as you and I discussed the other day, that we have some really good peak travel months coming up, so that should help enhance the traffic flow as well.
And the progress on the Epley's construction just keeps plugging away. Every time I see a picture of that place, it's changed a little bit. And
absolutely.
Cannot wait to see the finished product down there. Third item on our news of the week, the City of Omaha City Council approved the purchase of $127,000 in materials and equipment to repair the fountain at the base of the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge on the Nebraska side. I don't know, Lou, if you remember that there was a fountain there when it first opened, but then I don't know that it lasted more than a couple of years.
Yeah, it went away.
That Bob Carey pedestrian bridge is such a great asset for our downtown, and you can go there first thing in the morning, late at night, and there's just people walking all over that thing.
Yeah, it's a premium place for people to visit, whether you live in the metro or whether you're coming in from out of town. People flock to that.
The Hampton Inn Suites on Saddle Creek at 44th and Douglas Street is now open. The 6-story hotel has 96 rooms, located, like I said, right next to the Med Center, managed by NH Hospitality, and also has all the normal hotel amenities such as a fitness center, breakfast, event space. It's great seeing all the projects popping up along that Med Center corridor.
Oh, yeah. And the development, I mean, over $2 billion of development in that corridor is impressive.
So for our final news of the week, we're going to bring on our first guest just a little bit early. We'll give him a proper introduction here after the commercial break. But Eric Miller, I've known Eric for a long time, and we have a mutual interest in railroads. And so for this last news of the week item, I thought I'd bring him on to discuss. This week it was announced that Union Pacific has entered into late negotiations with Norfolk Southern to merge. The combined network would have over 50,000 miles of track. It'd cover 43 states. The merger is set to be valued at $85 billion. Eric, welcome back. What do you have to say about the merger?
Yeah, thank you. So this is something that I've been following, and it really impacts Omaha because obviously Union Pacific's headquartered here. There's about 440,000 employees here in the Omaha area. And we've got our headquarters building downtown. Now the headquarters building is only about 60% full. I'm hoping that there'll be some transfer of employees as the headquarters will stay here in Omaha. Norfolk Southern has about 350,000 employees in Atlanta. I don't expect all of them to come here, but it'd be great if we get a few hundred. So big impact here with Omaha. Note that this is basically the United States' first end-to-end, like coast-to-coast transcontinental network now with just one railroad. Obviously, we've completed the Transcontinental Railroad a long time ago, but this now you can go end-to-end with just one railroad. And obviously, we have through running trains and locomotive pooling agreements now they'll be through trains from LA to New York, for example. But now we'll just be able to do it with one railroad and make that a little bit simpler and easier. So I think it's going to be a great merger that will affect not only the nation but also here locally in Omaha.
Yeah, and this merger is a long way from being done. It has to go through all the regulatory approvals and everything now. So you're going to see this merger in the news for quite a while to come. Well, that's the end of our news of the week, sponsored by Eagle Mortgage. We're going to take our first commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the Omaha Streetcar with Eric Miller, Streetcar Operations Manager for the City of Omaha. You're listening to Grow Omaha, brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center, along with Cheer Athletics. We'll be right back after this on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
Crushing it. There we go.
That exit was way smoother than my exit last time, the first time.
That's right.
Because I didn't practice the exit. And so when I got to the commercial break, I'm like, we're going to commercial. Talk to you in a minute. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but... All right.
Well, you're crushing it today.
Yeah,
you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Now.
I'm not... like last time?
You still You still
Yeah.
sound a little tense, but
I
you're,
think-
but
well-
you're loosening up. You're fine.
I think some of that breathing is just because I'm fat.
Well, I'll let you talk.
You have that problem too?
Well, I noticed like when I do voiceover stuff at home, I always hear it, and then I was like, all right, turn it down a little bit, back up.
Whenever I'm speaking on
You got a great pipe, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah.
on a Zoom call or something like that, when it's my turn to speak, I always get out of breath.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Even if I know my material like that, it's
yeah, absolutely.
It sucks.
No, you're doing fine.
Good. Didn't jumble over the sponsor reads. It's always good.
No, you did great.
Eric, if I could just have you talk a little bit closer to the mic, you'll sound a lot better.
All right, great.
Right. That way I don't have to crank you all the way up to 0 to get you there.
I need to bring in some tools soon and fix that dang thing.
Yeah.
You know, I bet you put like a rubber pad in there. It was.
All right. So yeah, I think we'll do just talk about mostly like kind of service and operations the first half, and then we'll go into the construction updates and whatnot in the second half.
Yeah.
And then kind of where do we go from here?
So that like the question about benefiting people outside the core, would you rather
Yeah.
save that till the second half?
Yeah, because I've got that's
Sure.
part of my two-parter, so
Okay.
we can just do that second.
That would
Or
be perfect.
we can see how long the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can't talk about the name yet. No.
Oh, the branding.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's on camera, so don't say it.
Right. Yeah. No.
Not yet.
Yeah. Not yet. We're. I'm
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah.
Nice job, Brad.
Yeah.
Saved you some.
No,
Save Chris editing.
Wasn't gonna say anything.
All right, good.
But yeah, we're getting into our branding effort now and the streetcar color scheme and all that, and I'm really hoping that we can get that out by the end of the year. We'll see. But it's a big effort. It takes a while. So.
The construction is probably the part I'm most interested in.
Uh-huh.
But I'm excited to see the branding. And
Yes.
I mean, it's going to be
Totally.
high profile, look cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This is kind of our interim scheme that we're using now.
Yeah.
And then and then we'll come out with something be really cool. So.
So I got a little bit under a minute here.
cool.
Haven't seen it to review it yet, but heard the new Naked Gun is supposed to be quite good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Lindsay Leeson and
Yeah.
Pam Anderson.
I heard it was coming out.
Dating, I believe. Yeah.
Dating, yeah.
All right, 30
What about
seconds.
Happy Gilmore? Have you seen that? The new one?
I have not seen
I've
Happy
heard
Gilmore
it's-
2 yet.
I've heard it's
Yeah.
supposed to be pretty
Good.
good.
Yeah.
I thought it was on par with the first.
Okay.
It was pretty good. For a movie on Netflix, right?
Yeah. All right, Brad, about 10 seconds.
Netflix shows are good, but their movies are what? Netflix shows are good, but their movies are not great.
Yeah.
You ever listen to this yacht rock?
All right, here we go.
Once in a while, yeah.
Close. Bumper.
Make KFAB the #1 preset on our free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to the show. We're brought to you by Cheer Athletic and Dingman's Collision Center. Cheer Athletic is the nation's #1 all-star cheer gym. For more details, check out caomaha.com. Jeff and Trenton have the weekend off. I'm Brad Williams. Sitting next to me is Lou Chicanos, and we're going to bring our first guest of the day. Actually, our only guest of the day. Today, we're joined by Eric Miller, Streetcar Operations Manager for the City of Omaha. Eric, welcome back to the show.
Thanks. Yeah, good to be here. I was here in person a couple of years ago, and then last December when we had the freezing ice, I called in.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a little tricky getting here. I was on that day too. So, Well, since you were on last, you have a new role. You have actually accepted the job and started as the City of Omaha's Streetcar Operations Manager. You want to tell us a little bit about your new role?
Yeah, sure. So I've been doing this for about 2 months now, pretty new, and it continues some of the work I was doing as a consultant before. So basically, I am full-time on the streetcar, helping set up our operations. I'll be in charge of service as we get that going, and also helping with, obviously, a communications effort that we've got, letting people know about the streetcar and what it's going to look like. And then also helping, it's basically a role that's helping the Omaha Streetcar Authority because they are the designated agency that is running this whole thing.
So, besides you running the streetcar in the city, having a lot of control of that, you're also going to have a private operations company. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So a lot of streetcar systems, especially in cities where you don't already have a robust rail transit network, will hire a private operator. So similar to what Kansas City did, Oklahoma City, Cincinnati, Milwaukee. And so we have a public RFP out right now that closes on September 10th for a private operator. We've got 4 companies that are interested, and then we'll look to select somebody this fall. And so that's going really well. And so basically they'll come in and they will hire all the operators, supervisors, and mechanics to run this system. So yeah, really excited about that. Progress is going well on that.
Oh, it's an exciting development overall. In terms of the service that it'll provide and times it's running, let's talk a little bit about the frequency. I know that, first of all, it's free, so nobody has to pay for it, correct?
Right, yeah, or as I like to say, zero fare.
All right, and I love that. Yeah. And then the frequency, from what I understand, is during peak hours between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. During a week. It'll run in 10-minute routes, service routes. Every 10 minutes, and then off-peak it'll be 15 minutes.
Right.
And then on the weekends it'll be 20 minutes.
Yeah, and even on Saturdays and Sundays we'll still have a little bit, like kind of midday most of the day will be every 10 minutes.
Right, and the hours of operation we're looking at are 6 a.m. until midnight. And then on the weekends, on Friday and Saturdays, it goes till 2 in the morning.
Right. Yeah, that's the plan right now. And then obviously as we start running and see what the ridership looks like, we can make adjustments. But yeah, that's what we're planning right now.
Well, that's awesome. And again, it's free, folks. You can't get better than free. One of the things that when I study the streetcar, one of the things, if you go to the website and read up on it, it's amazing that you could see since the 1960s, the city has basically replaced businesses with surface parking. Over 50% in the Omaha City core is committed to surface parking, and about 50% of those lots are empty. They're not being used.
Yeah. And have you noticed as you walk through downtown, there's a lot of those surface lots that are locked up and closed, and I don't know what people are doing with them. But yeah, let's activate those.
Exactly. So the city has a very ambitious and I think very realistic plan of adding 30,000 jobs and and also 30,000 residents to the downtown core. Or core area population. And one of the benefits of having a streetcar is the development that it can spur. Right now, the estimate is it's going to spur nearly $4 billion of development along that line.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and we're on track ahead of that pace. So it's looking really good. We got a lot of exciting projects as we talk about on this show. And so yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming out of this.
You know, we just discussed how this benefits people in the urban core, but
right.
You get a lot of people on the Grow Omaha social media and stuff. They always say, well, how does this benefit us that live out west, or how does those benefit us that don't go downtown? And I got an opinion that we have a lot of things in this town that don't benefit everyone. We have golf courses, and there's a lot of people that don't golf. We have swimming pools, and not everyone swims. We have libraries, not everyone reads. We have things. It's more of like a complete package. You got to have something for everyone, and this streetcar will benefit a ton of people. What's your opinion? What's your answer to that when you get people in West Omaha that say, I never go downtown and this is dumb and I'm never going to come ride it?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I love that question because I live out in Elkhorn, so I'm kind of one of those. You could label me as a West Omaha skeptic. But no, I think this is something that'll impact the region. I mean, it's similar in scope and size to our zoo, the Riverfront Park, the CHI Center. Even if you don't use it, it's going to have those ripple effects of making our city and our region better. And then also, even if you're not like living or working downtown or midtown, not using it every day, you might still come downtown a few times a year. Like I take my family down to these places, downtown and the zoo, a few times a year, and it's great. I mean, it's one of the benefits of living in Omaha, and so I know the streetcar will be one of those benefits of living in Omaha, and and excited. And also, I want to mention that we're working this into being part of the transit network, and so it's not going to be in a vacuum, and so you will be able to connect to it from other transit modes and from other parts of the city, even if you don't want to drive.
And today would be a perfect example of what would a good streetcar day would be. Tonight, or all day actually, we have the Maha Music Festival in downtown Omaha. There's not a ton of parking around that part of downtown for the size of crowd that's going to generate, and then also you're going to have people that are going to like some bands, not like other bands. And so when the streetcar is active, people could take, they go to Midtown, eat lunch somewhere in Midtown Crossing or the Blackstone, hop on the streetcar. They could go down, see a band or two that they like, and then get right back out of there, and then come back later for maybe the headliner or something. So there'd be opportunity to get in and out of downtown quickly without trying to find a place to park 2-3 times.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. And I also want to note that, so we're planning to run 4 vehicles at the same time during the peak. We will have a fleet of up to 6. So I'm hoping that, as long as we have our maintenance and they're in good shape, we might be able to put an extra one in there and run a little extra service on some of these special event days, like the event today or Jazz on the Green or Holiday Lights and that sort of thing.
Well, this speaks to Brad's question too. So in terms of the route and where it's going to be running, so we're starting on 8th Street, looping to 10th on Farnham and Harney. Yep. And it'll go all the way out to Midtown Crossing and into the Blackstone District around 39th Street. So that would be the route that we're running continuously.
Yeah. For now, initially, we're still working on trying to get this, especially trying to get that UNMC segment done like we initially intended it to be, for example. But yeah.
A minute ago you said we were going to be running 4 streetcars at a time. You'll have 6. Have those been picked out or purchased, ordered?
Yeah, good question. So we entered into a notice to proceed with the manufacturer, acronym of CAF or CAF. They're headquartered in Spain. They do make vehicles here in the United States. And so ours are, they're not quite under construction yet. We're still sourcing all the parts, but they will be built in Spain. And the timeline for those is we should get our first vehicle here within about 2 years, so kind of mid-2027. And then they should start coming in at a frequency of about once a month.
And we have the storage facility currently under construction right now, right?
Yeah, our vehicle maintenance facility is being built right now. Samson is the lead constructor on that. They also built the Kawasaki plant in Lincoln. They're based in Lincoln. And so yeah, that's going really well. It started under construction back in April. You can go down and check it out. It's really close to the park that's just south of the Luminarium and just north of where the new Children's Museum will be.
Yeah, if you park at the Luminarium and on the west side of that parking lot, there's a bike trail. Just walk down the bike trail a little bit to the south, and you'll be able to see where the streetcar facility is going. Yeah. Right now, it looks like about 200 pipes pounded in the ground, and they've been
the foundation's going in. But yeah, a great view of it there, and also the skyline right behind there. The I-480 is a little bit of an eyesore, but yeah, a good view of it there.
All right, well, we're going to take our middle of the show break, and when we come back, it'll be time for our Noddle Company Project Spotlight. You've been listening to Grow Omaha, brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Cheer Athletics. We'll be right back after this on News Radio 1110 KFAB. Was that close to 2 minutes?
No, you're fine. You're
okay.
Excellent. Awesome.
Yeah, we covered basically everything there.
Yeah, now we can talk about.
I just wanted to make sure we got to 27 or 28.
We can lead
Did we?
with, okay,
Yeah, we did.
So we have
Okay,
an
cool.
estimate development cost of $421 million, right? And we could talk a little bit about the mayoral transition if we want to, and how, because I know that was on the script, and then we can lead right into the future. Yeah.
No, I added it.
He did.
I told you I added a couple.
And then that can lead right into the future.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I do want to get into we got into the streetcar barn a little early, but I did want to bring up 480 and that they're pouring concrete today and stuff. So.
Yeah. Oh,
sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Well, I was debating because it was on here, but it was also on there.
Yeah, and that part of the project is ahead of schedule, which is great.
Oh,
Love it. Oh.
Yeah. So.
This commercial break's a little longer.
Yeah, it is.
It's just in the middle.
Maybe I should play some videos.
No.
Don't think so.
This first one's 3 minutes, then you have the 1 minute Fox News break, then weather,
gotcha.
which will probably last about 30 to 40 seconds, and then it'll be another 2.5 minutes.
Oh, sure.
You
Thanks.
need to use the bathroom, now's the time.
Good. So I'm eating my mic okay?
I think you can just maybe go a little closer.
Get a little
Do you want me to move this your way a little
Yeah,
more?
when you're moving to talk to them, just kind of make sure that you're talking like if this is the mic, just kind of talk like this.
Brad, so
Gotcha.
we're gonna be
Other than that, you sound great.
I can sit up straighter. I was just leaning back because it's commercial.
I just need to drop this knuckle down.
That's perfect now. Yeah.
There you go.
I'll just talk right like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So one of the first track segments that will go under construction is on the north side of Farnham in the Blackstone area. I'm not quite sure why they chose that phasing instead of starting from where the car barn is, whatever. But so I'm kind of worried about that station there in front of Coneflower and 39th and Farnham, because if we're going to do the extension, I don't really want to build, the switch there and all that and put that in place if we're just going to tear it out in a year or two. So, and it's a tricky one because I got to find funding for it and all that. But I'd really like to get that going as soon as we can, so that we can get that at least started before we open. Be nice, and serving UNMC is a no-brainer. I mean, getting in there and serving all the employees there and making it easier for patients to get in there.
Oh yeah,
it's huge. That's great. Much better. Thanks.
Lou, I was telling Eric this morning in the Blackstone, they're actually ripping out the original streetcar rails to work on the sewer.
Yeah.
Nice.
It'd be cool to go down there and get a picture of it after this.
Yeah, right.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
They have a fence right down the middle of Farnham, and they're in the middle.
Yeah.
I was just down there a couple nights ago. I went to Willie's Wonder Bowl. Bob and Willie's
Bob and
Wonder
Willie's.
Bowl.
That's fun.
Yeah, the bowling, the little
Uh-huh.
mini bowling.
Did anyone in your group smash their hand on the end of the like the end lane? Oh.
No, but I could see that because it's raised up a little bit. You're not used to that if you're into.
We had quite a few people
bowling.
talk about that at a We Did Work function there, and people had to get there. But they're also probably not paying attention. But
yeah, maybe. Yeah,
as long as that doesn't drop down, it should be good.
Right.
you got your shirt out, prize for everyone.
Yeah, I thought you were going to buy one to match me here. I almost wore the baseball's better in Omaha shirt.
Oh yeah, that would be cool too.
But this is more kind of a warning to Big East basketball opponents coming in to play the Jays, specifically UConn, I think.
There you go. Huh.
That's awesome how a couple of hand gestures just sent that rivalry right through the roof.
Oh, I know, right? Just walking through Dundee, took a walk before the show started. People see me, they're up at Blue Line drinking coffee. They're like, love your shirt, man. It's Ray Gun, that shirt place in the old market. That's where I get these, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a ton of Nebraska and Omaha themed T-shirts.
What's wrong with the weather?
Pretty cool, boys.
Yeah.
Not working?
No, it's playing the wrong weather. It's playing the one from overnight.
Oh.
Oops.
I have to do a show. I don't have time to do one.
Well, at least the weather probably hasn't changed that much since overnight.
No, it hasn't. That's why I'm not like. If it was
Smoke.
storming, then I would be panicking.
Yeah. I heard one that was at least a day old earlier this week.
Oh no.
Oh God.
This week or last week, I'm like that's not right. So
Oh,
I wish I could remember it, but
Yeah.
wow.
Huh.
Yeah. No, I'm not. It's not you guys. I didn't want to make that clear.
No, I could tell because as soon as the weather started, both times you're like, ugh.
So.
well,
I gotta do
any
a show.
cryptic rumors to spread on the Uncut?
Cryptic rumors.
That's what I was trying to think of. Like, what kind of,
wow.
what kind of
Someone
juicy
in the
stuff
morning
we
should
should.
Well, let's see. Let me think.
Playing very well.
Well, what about, I know Jeff talked about the potential market, outdoor market downtown.
Oh yeah. That's a good
which
one. Really
hopefully
excited about that.
happens.
Yeah.
I know that the World Herald had ran a big article about it, and I'm hoping that happens. I'm hoping that.
Yeah, the streetcar will go right by there.
Oh, shoot. There was a Nebraska Examiner article earlier this week I wanted to mention today, and I forgot what it was.
Oh, is it the affordable housing one?
There was that was the mayor. Yeah.
This was earlier in the week.
Earlier. Okay.
Please do.
Now there
Shouldn't be
There was, what I'd love to be able to say. I know something about what's going up on the civic side, or I know something going on the UP side.
The answer about the civic side is nothing.
Absolutely, that I know.
Yeah, at least for the next 3 years, it's going to be laid down for the construction.
No, that's the UP side.
Yeah.
For the civic
The civic
auditorium.
auditorium, the
Civic
answer is
side, yeah.
nothing's happening.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately.
But but hopefully we can get. I've been to the market
Those
area. They have one in Dallas. It's really cool. I've been to the
ungovernable
one-
ones in Japan in Spanish.
Jeff's talked about the one in Philadelphia. That one's a premier one. There's one in Kansas City that's really
They're
Oh yeah,
River
River
Wrestling.
It's the North River Market,
Yeah,
New
yeah, the
Japan
streetcar
Pro
loops
Wrestling.
right around there.
Yeah, and I think that would be
Very
beautiful
perfect.
to have
That I
with
actually
the
really
streetcar.
like.
Yeah.
So,
Looking forward to that. What is it, the Smashing Machine?
yeah. Yeah, that's the one about it.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it Mark
next
Kerr or
to
Mark
Grow
Coleman?
Omaha.
Well, you're asking the wrong guy for
I
that.
think it's Mark
Hopefully a week or
Kerr.
two. It'll be about
I know is it
looking at
With
the
Dwayne
streetcar
Johnson.
extensions in the
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest and
But
how they work.
Almost doesn't
20
look-
seconds, guys.
Behind them.
Almost doesn't look like
Just kind of
Joe
looking
Jones.
at those. As
Yeah, I heard they did a
lessons
good
learned
job.
for
Yeah.
Omaha.
Absolutely.
For the previews, it sounds like you did a great job.
Yeah.
You know, if the script and directing are good.
All right, 10 seconds. Here we go. Bumper. Liner.
And welcome back to Grow Omaha. We're brought to you by Cheer Athletic and Dingman's Collision Center. Dingman's Collision Center is a family-owned auto body shop with 4 metro locations, and they do mechanical repair as well. Well, now it's time for our Noddle Companies Development Spotlight. Noddle Companies is a Omaha-based full-service real estate company, and they can be reached at noddlecompanies.com. So our spotlight for Noddle this week is on a piece of ground they own out on the west end of Village Point West, and it is H&H Kia. This week, H&H Kia broke ground on a new car dealership on 9.77 acres between Walgreens and Core Bank on the southeast side of 180th and Burke Street in the Village Point West. The Kia dealership will include sales and service and enough space for 600 cars on site. Construction should be complete at the end of 2026. Kia has a current dealership in Papillion on the northeast corner of Highway 50 and 370. So, Lou, what's your favorite Noddle Companies development?
Man, there's so many great ones to talk about. I love what they've done at Builders District, headquarters, spearheaded by the Kiewit World Headquarters, and they have a timber building that's kind of a business building there, and some also residential. But I think probably out of all of them, my favorite has to be Exarban Village. It's such an inviting masterpiece of what great urban infill and mixed-use development can be. Being old enough to remember what that area used to be back in the day, it was a racetrack and Exarban Coliseum, and now to see it actually be an urban infill success story, I can't tell you. I bring people in from out of town and to that particular area, and they're always amazed by it.
Yeah, Exarban Village is definitely awesome. My favorite, though, is the River's Edge over in Council Bluffs because it has some of the best views of the Omaha skyline.
And that's premium right there.
So let's get back to our conversation with Eric Miller. Eric is the Streetcar Operations Manager for the City of Omaha. So, Eric, construction is already underway. We talked about it a little bit before the commercial break that the streetcar barn is underway. But there is other pieces of the construction underway. I noticed today on the way down here that the crews are pouring the concrete deck on the Harney Street Bridge, which will be one of the first pieces of the project to be completed.
Right. Yeah, that's super exciting because that project is a little ahead of schedule right now, and so that's great. And you'll notice the rails aren't going in on the bridge yet. Those will come in next year. But then when we get to Farnham, which is right now is planned to start construction, tearing that down in January 2026. That'll go in with the rails in there because we'll be laying track next year. So,
and why the rails are not going in, you could see they were forming the bridge differently where the rails are going to be. So if you wanted to see, a kind of a preview shot, I think if Jeff hasn't posted it on the Girl Omaha Facebook page yet, I'm going to get that picture posted up soon. Yeah. Also, I was driving through the Blackstone District today, and they were actually removing the old historic streetcar rails to work on the utility infrastructure. It needs to be improved before the new streetcar tracks to go in. So it was kind of cool to see the old rusty rails there sitting in the middle of Farnham Street.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a lot of times, when after the streetcar service ended, which ended in Omaha March 4th, 1955, a lot of times the crews would come in and just pour asphalt right over the old brick and rails. And so as you're digging that up, you can see it. And sometimes in a lot of areas where the streetcar used to run, you can see the cracks in the asphalt where the rails still are. They're just
kind of pushing the asphalt up a little higher than the surrounding pavement. Yep. So what's next with the streetcar?
Okay, so right now you'll notice, all along Farnham and Harney, we got a lot of utility work going on. Officially, Hawkins is in charge of what's called Utilities West, which is west of the 480 bridge. And then we're starting on what's called Utilities East, which will be in more. We've already done some work downtown. We'll do more work in the downtown area. And then also the one contract that we haven't awarded yet is the utilities for Turner Boulevard. Turner Boulevard's an interesting place because that's where the track goes from double track on Farnham to splitting on Farnham and Harney. And then we've also got what's called a Y in there. And so you'll be able to turn streetcars kind of halfway through if you need to, if we have to do any kind of short turns or service disruptions or also special events. So that'll be coming up. And then we also just recently awarded Kiewit for the overall track construction for the whole main line. So all that's going on in addition to the maintenance facility that I talked about earlier. Those are our big projects.
Wow, that's a lot going on.
Yep.
Now, we know there was a new estimate for the cost overall, now at $421 million.
Right, yep.
And that was just earlier last month, I believe. It's like 30 days ago.
Yeah.
And we've got a new mayor. We've had a good transition from the previous administration to the new one. And our new mayor, Ewing, seems to be completely on board and wanting to even enhance the development of the streetcar. Let's talk a little bit about the future. Where do we see it going?
Yeah, sure. So as we get closer to opening this one, and then as we open it, we'll see how successful it is, and then I think there'll be more demand for extensions. So we're trying to get ready for that. Obviously, we've got a couple studies that are going on already. City of Council Bluffs is kind of taking it on themselves to do studies, and they're on a kind of a preliminary environmental study right now that should be wrapping up end of this year, maybe early next year. Waiting for some updated travel demand modeling from the regional government agency here. But that planning is going well. We've also got federal funding for an extension looking north of downtown. So hoping to get that study started maybe later this year. But there's also some other obvious areas, as I mentioned earlier. Getting that UNMC extension is a big deal. That could continue further west, through Saddle Creek and Exarban, for example. That might be a solid extension. There's other corridors up north that you could look into, and then obviously south. That was part of the original late '90s 10th Street trolley. Was go to the zoo. That could go down 10th or 13th Street. Take advantage of some of the new development and other development potential, and connecting one of our big tourist attractions down there.
Oh, right, absolutely. I mean, we know the zoo is the number one tourist attraction in the state of Nebraska, so it makes perfect sense to have that connectivity with the streetcar.
Right.
And again, you can't overemphasize, we talked earlier about the amount of development that along the streetcar line that this can spur. Nearly $4 billion, and all of that can be cultural amenities, business, mixed-use, residential. It's not just something we're talking about that could happen in Omaha. It currently is, and it has happened in other cities like Kansas City.
Right. Yeah. Another thing I'm excited about is the potential for a south extension, is connecting Amtrak and future, commuter rail to Lincoln and other points like that. So how far along or down the road do you see some of these extensions? Are we talking like a 5-year plan or like a 20-year plan? It could go either way. I think it really depends on again how successful the starter line is, which we're working really hard to make it that way, and then also depends on we find champions, community support for each corridor. There's also some obviously organizational structure that needs to be adjusted with Metro area or Metro Transit, and but also just figuring out. And so if you look at other cities, things are fairly quick. So Kansas City streetcar opened 9 years ago, and they're opening their first 2 extensions this year. So it took them about 9 years. Other places, if we do incremental extensions like Portland streetcar did, might only be 5 years. So it kind of varies, the amount of the extension, the support, and the funding for it.
And the initial line. I know we'll be testing it in 2027 into 2028, and then we'd be online by 2028.
Yeah, that's right. So we're mid 2028. Still a good estimate right now. So as we stay on schedule with this stuff, but it'll be really important that we keep going on all these on all these cylinders the next few years.
We're kind of going back a little bit here, but where's the east end terminating? Is it in front of CHI, or is it down by the baseball stadium more?
Yeah, there'll be a stop just east of 10th Street on Capitol Avenue. and so just south of CHI, and then that's where it does its loop around down to 8th Street, and then there'll be a stop right across the Children's Museum, really close to the Orbit stop there. That's an area that I see as a potential future multimodal hub or mobility hub, where you can have transfers to different multimodal and bike share and that sort of thing.
So when this is all online and running for the cultural series, the people will get off at 10th and Capitol and then walk down the hill.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then that could be like talking about incremental extensions. That could be one where you go north a couple blocks or whatever. Yeah.
And you've been on this show before and talked about how an extension to the airport is not really a feasible extension, or at least not in the initial plans.
Probably not for a streetcar. If you're looking at having stops every 3 to 4 blocks, that'd be a really slow way to get there.
Yeah, but when you're talking like we talked about the zoo earlier, that seems to me like that's a no-brainer. Common
or urban
sense.
corridor, yeah.
I mean, the way 13th Street has blown up over the last few years, you could have a couple stops on there, and that could be even a more thriving neighborhood than it already is.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about, Brad and I had a conversation about this the other day about how, okay, if we were going to go streetcar to the zoo, what would be the best street to go? Would it be 13th Street or 10th Street?
Yeah.
13th Street, we know we've got the district there that's, kind of blowing up a little bit. And then you got Little Italy along 7th to 10th. You got Little Bohemia there on 13th. So, it's kind of speculation, but both, I could see both being feasible.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's why I think we need to study it more. Both were historic streetcar corridors. Interestingly enough, service stopped running on 13th Street in 1936 because they did a pavement project, and some service was on 10th Street up until 1955. So
It's funny. When I was a kid, I used to hear my mother talk about how she used to ride the streetcar, and she grew up in an area around 24th and Mason Street, and the streetcar ran right down there, and it used to go north to south, south to north, and I used to hear stories. And now that we talk about the streetcar today, the potential for it, and the fact that it is going to open in 2028, it's exciting to me.
Yeah, totally.
Well, Eric, we always appreciate you joining us. You provide so much valuable insight on this subject. I know there's still a lot of haters out there on the streetcar, but I think with constant education and reminding people that it's part of a complete city, and we need we talk about brain drain and keeping the younger people here. We talk about being complete. This is just one piece of the puzzle to have a complete city. So hopefully everyone's on board. It's still not costing anyone $1 out of their taxes because it's completely funded by TIF. So thanks for coming on and talking about all this again, and can't wait to have you back hopefully soon, and hopefully you have more cool stuff to tell us.
Yeah, thanks. I want to give a quick shout out to, we have a live webinar the first Wednesday of the month at noon if you want to learn more about it. So first Wednesday of the month at noon, and it's on YouTube, our Omaha Streetcar YouTube channel, and go to omahastreetcar.org if you want to send in a question for us.
So the Omaha Streetcar has their own dedicated YouTube channel.
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
Search Omaha Streetcar Authority, you'll find it.
Great. I did not know that. All right, when we come back, it's time for the Perkins Chrysler Construction Lightning Round. You're listening to Grow Omaha, brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center, along with Cheer Athletics. We'll be back right after this on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
Great, I think we covered everything.
Great job, sir.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, you did fine.
All right.
I think we covered
This
some
one's
good
2
stuff.
minutes.
Oh, yeah.
We'll come back,
One more.
and then we'll be out.
That's pretty much
Are those computers on over there, or do they turn off?
I love it.
Okay.
Love it.
That's why you can't see the clock then. Okay. On that computer there, go ahead and move the mouse.
It's lit up. It's just not on.
Okay. Is there a login button in the left
use the
corner?
password.
All right. Go ahead and type.
There you're on camera.
Yeah.
Can you bleep it out? All right. Never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
Can you sign it to him?
I say you could just tell me.
You know, actually, you don't need to put mine in there. You can just type in. It should come on.
Excuse me.
So this hyper energy bar is going in really close to where I live.
Yeah, and I was noticing that is.
It's funny because I'm like, I could walk there, but it's only a drive-through.
Dude, it's the same thing with the Smoke and Barrel Barbecue. That's right by where I live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I live in the subdivision that's just to the east of there.
Yeah.
But
There.
Yeah,
You can see the
Hyper Energy
clock.
Bar.
So
Beverage
what time are we done?
We'll be done at 56.
When I first saw the name of that, I was like, so you just get energy
We don't have
bars?
44
Yeah,
seconds,
what
right?
is this?
Yeah, but
I
it'd
was
be
like,
all
oh,
right.
it's a bar.
It's a bar.
Sorry, I didn't realize that.
So they have 6 locations. Make sure when you do the read, you say Des Moines.
I thought they were
Iowa.
already out.
I didn't notice either, but I
Which
also
one?
didn't know
Oh, the
That's
Hyper
all right.
Energy
30
Bar.
seconds.
They have 6 locations
Yeah.
in Des
I didn't say
Moines,
my
Iowa
password, so-
Metro, and one in Iowa City.
Yeah. I apologize, Brad. I thought those were.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, silly me for
All right,
Well,
10
good.
seconds. 10 seconds, guys.
Was it better? Okay.
10 seconds. All right. Bumper starting.
If you really want to know what's happening in Washington, then don't miss Verdict with Ted Cruz. Tomorrow night at 8, right here on News Radio 1110.
And welcome back to the Girl Omaha Show. We're brought to you by Cheer Athletics and Dingman's Collision Center. It's now time for the lightning round, brought to you by Perkins Chrysler Construction. Perkins Chrysler is a full-service Class A general contractor based in Omaha and Lincoln and Council Bluffs, surrounding areas, or based in Omaha, serving the surrounding areas. Their experienced construction team of project managers, project administrators, superintendents, carpenters, and laborers, many with over 30 years experience. If you need more information, see their website at pcconstruction.com. Well, I have a new item here that was not on the script I sent you, Lou. This morning when I was on my way to the studio, the dollar store at 35th and Leavenworth is gone. A big hole in the ground with a pile of rubble in it. This is going to be redeveloped into another nice-looking apartment building along the Leavenworth Street corridor. The Leavenworth Street corridor has really blown up in the last few years.
Oh, totally. I used to live in that neck of the woods, and that Dollar General store was there even in the 90s when I was living there, and it's so great to see the new construction in that area. It's needed.
Yeah, so last year the Cosgrove Apartments, a beautiful brick building opened just to the west of it, and then this year there's another smaller apartment on 36th and Leavenworth, so this will just be another
feather
building
in the cap.
Yeah. So Hyper Energy Bar, a beverage chain from Urbandale, Iowa, is planning to open 2 locations in West Omaha. The first one, a 900-square-foot building on the southwest corner of 180th and West Maple Road, is now under construction. The second will be a double drive-through building on 180th and Burke Street, west of Village Point. Construction on the second will start in early December with the planned opening in January. Hyper currently has 7 locations, 6 in the Des Moines, Iowa area, and 1 in Iowa City.
And the disclaimer is you don't buy energy bars there. It's an actual bar.
All right. Up next, yesterday, Smoke and Barrel Barbecue opened their brand new location on 180th Street. This is just north of center. You got that strip mall there with Lighthouse Bar, and there was an Asian restaurant. This replaced a Firehouse Subs location. I know, Lou, you are like me and Jeff and a lot of people. Barbecue is one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah. And since this one is really close to my residence area, I can literally walk there. I love barbecue, love having another option.
So this will be a lot more of a visible location. Their previous location was down in Millard, kind of off behind that old Baker's down there by the Millard Airport. We do have a little bit of bad news. Chicken and Pickle, which everyone was excited, was going to open at 120th and Fort, and they are no longer going to open a Nebraska location. They said that they changing their shift in strategic growth, and they're going to focus on their existing locations. This is going to be the first year in many years that they have not opened a new location.
Yep, I had read an article about that. They're kind of putting the brakes on and kind of digesting, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, Chicken and Pickle down in Kansas City, it's a really cool looking place. It was going to be a neat addition to Omaha. Hopefully they find something else kind of cool in that area. We do have like Blue Sky here, which people really enjoy.
Definitely.
Tasty Pizza, which is a favorite of my kids, by the way, will open a new restaurant at 1421 North Saddle Creek Road near Sergeant Peffer's Italian. Construction is expected to be complete in the fall of 2026. The local pizza currently operates in the former gas station, but plans to upgrade the space to more efficient kitchen and drive-through carry-out orders, according to the city clerk's office. Omaha has some great pizza, and this is just another one.
You know, we sure do, and the development in that area just keeps coming. You know, I love seeing it.
That whole there's a ton of untapped potential too in that whole Saddle Creek and Northwest Radel area.
Totally.
Qdoba Mexican Eats opened its new Elkhorn store late last week in the former Oklahoma Joe's barbecue space, 1405 South 204th Street. Oklahoma Joe's closed their restaurant several months ago, but continues to operate the store at Exarban Village. Qdoba now has 11 metro area locations.
Well, as a person that frequents Qdoba, you know, it's good to see that option come up. It's a decent alternative to the traditional fast food.
Well, Lou, really appreciate you joining me today. It's great, you know, like you said, we do this off the air all the time. But what are you also excited to see? Things that we didn't cover. What else is going on in Omaha? Are you excited to see coming up in the next year?
I think, and I echo the same. This is like you and I having a conversation that we have together, and you know, I'm really excited to see the area and the development also with the new library coming up, you know, that's going to be opening up next year, along with the Crossroads development. I think all that, every time I drive by there, I think, man, I picture what it's going to look like once it gets done and how incredible that whole 72nd Street and Dodge area is going to look like. So that's one thing that I'm excited about. I'm also big and bullish on the core. So talking about development in North Downtown, talking about development along the new park system, along the streetcar route, all of those things just get the juices flowing for me.
You know, the library put out a new video just sometime in the last 2 weeks on their Facebook page, kind of going over the whole plan for it. And it's going to have so many more features than just, you know, you think traditional library books and magazines, but everything from a cafe to the do space, 3D print lab, just going to have so many great things in there. And it's a pretty awesome looking building when you drive by on 72nd Street.
It's going to be absolutely beautiful. And one other thing too that I'm excited about is the airport.
Oh yeah, can't wait for the airport. Get that. And you know what, our airport, what we never had before, is going to have a lounge up on the 3rd floor,
which is awesome.
Well, again, thanks for joining us. You've been listening to the Grow Omaha Show. We'll be back next Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
Jeff and Trent will be back next week.
Like glove.
All right. I say I got that a lot closer than last time.
One thing I forgot to mention, we were doing 2 movie nights, like sponsored by the Omaha Streetcar Authority this summer. And the last one was supposed to be July 11th, but then it was rescheduled to August 23rd.
Oh, cool.
At Midtown Crossing.
What night?
I mentioned that. Saturday, August 23rd.
Saturday.
Yeah. So if you want to see, it's going to be wicked. If you want to see a free movie.
Cool. And where's the location?
At Midtown Crossing, there in the circle.
Oh, yeah.
I think I can make that.
They bring in that big inflatable screen.
Yeah.
That's
we
awesome.
did one June 20th, I think. I was in Kansas City that weekend, so I missed it. But and then I was in Hawaii for the last one that was canceled. So maybe I can go to this one.
Yeah, this one sounds like it's doable for me.
Yeah.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.